Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, co-host Raina. Snack of the day is milk bone flavor minis, and today we're going to do a tag. I know it's not Tag Tuesday. However, I'm trying to do a little bit extra on tags to try to get caught up. I was kind of getting behind a little bit again on them. They do tend to pile up if you don't pay attention. So, excuse me, just adjusting this for you for a second, but I want to make sure you can see Raina because she is actually the star of the show, and we all know that, right? But anyway, the tag that I'm going to do today is called the Hold My Place tag, and it is, as you would suspect, about bookmarks. So it says, this is an original tag that was created by Heather at Heather Reads and Meg Perdue at Books Off the Beaten Path. I'll put links to both of those channels in my description. I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. I will have a link to her channel as well. So let's get started on the prompts. Prompt number 1 is, do you know how many bookmarks you own? I'm not sure exactly how many I own, but I do know that there are currently about 15 or so bookmarks that I'm using, that I kind of rotate through. Additionally, I have probably about 10 or 12 others, I would guess, that I have stashed on my desk, and probably a few others in some of the books I have on my shelves as well. Now, that seems like a lot, but they're just kind of spread out all over right now. Sometimes I use 2 bookmarks in a book, especially if it's like, say, a book of short stories. I'll mark my place in the story, and then also I mark the point where that story ends so that I kind of can see if I'm getting towards the end of the story or if I still have a ways to go. I don't know. You can see the end of a book, so I guess you should see the end of a short story in a collection as well, or a novel in a collection as well. So it just gives me a better idea of when I'm, getting, like I say, close to the end. Now, I know if I were to seriously go through all of my books, I would probably find a lot more bookmarks, but I would guess I have probably 35 or 40 floating around here somewhere. Which of your bookmarks do you like using most and why? Well, I do use my diamond painted bookmark quite a lot. I have some kits for some other ones of these that I still have to make, and I would like to get to them at some point, but again, I'm doing a big diamond painting, so until that's finished, no other diamond painting projects. I got to just concentrate on that one. I would also like to make some more of the bookmarks, such as the ones that I gave away and showed previously on my channel. They're diamond painted the way that this is, but they're the, more traditional type of bookmark, I guess, long and thin with a tassel on the top. Now, I also am very fond of this sea turtle bookmark. It's not mine. I found it in a book somewhere, but I just like it because I love sea turtles. So that's kind of become a favorite of mine. Number 3 is, if you can, show off a bookmark you own, which is an example of, and then there's A through E. Sounds like questions on our old nursing tests. A through E or A through G sometimes is like, oh my gosh, no. So A is a bookmark that you received as a gift. I do not currently have a bookmark that I have received as a gift, so can't show that. B, something that is not meant to be a bookmark, but that you have used as a bookmark. Now, that I could probably show a lot of examples of, but one thing I've been using lately is this, and it's got a very unusual and original design on it. If you can get a good look at that, this is actually a card for a tattoo artist. This is from a tattoo shop that I went into, and I did get a tattoo, but it was not from this gentleman, and it's not the tattoo that I have on my arm that you probably can see, at least in the summertime when I wear short sleeves. This one is up here. I'll show it to you one day. Not today. Today's not the day for it. But anyway, yeah, I use that as a bookmark, and this gentleman actually tattooed my daughter. She has the same tattoo that I have. And he was very interesting to talk to, and that's how I really started a conversation with him. I was commenting on this business card, and I said, "Boy, you were really having a bad day that day, weren't you?" So he said, "Yeah, that was a bad time in my life." But yeah, I think it shows what a good artist he is. Let's see. Letter C is a bookmark advertising a bookstore. So yeah, I have a couple of those. One I just showed the other day when I was doing one of the other tags. Bookstore I've never been to. It's in California, so I must have acquired this bookmark along the way somewhere, out of, a book from the Little Free Library or something. Now, this is one from a bookstore called The Second Act, and that is in Charlottesville, Virginia. I stopped there on my vacation that I vlogged about, the one to the Shenandoah area. And I didn't show Act 2 specifically, but yeah, I really liked this bookstore. It's a used bookstore. And then this bookstore I did show, the Green Valley Book Fair. This was towards the end of my vlog, and I'll put a link to it below. And it's a store that has 2 giant warehouses just full of stuff. It's a pretty incredible place. And they had actually, it looks like, I think they had a contest for kids to draw bookmarks. And so this one is of a castle, and it says, "Read your way into adventure." This one says, "An open book is a gateway to adventure." And this one says, "Birds of a feather read together." And I thought that one was really cute. So yeah, those are really nice bookmarks. So letter D, a bookmark that holds your place using magnets. I don't have one, but for diamond painting, especially when you're doing a big canvas, it comes in handy to use something that they call cover minders. That's probably kind of a similar idea, I would think. It's got the flat, little round disc magnet that attaches to the back, and then the magnet itself is like a design. This one is a nice white rose. And when you pull back the cellophane on your painting to expose the area that's sticky so you can put your little drills on, then this is what holds back the cellophane for you so it doesn't just flop back over your work. You want to keep that cellophane intact as much as you can because you don't want to get dirt and dust on the sticky part. So until you filled it all in with diamonds, you still need that cellophane. And then you can go ahead and cut a square of it off and, work on the next section. But this holds it back in the meantime, a cover minder. And I have a few of these. This is just one example. A bookmark that has your name or initials. I don't currently have one that has my name or initials on it. And that was letter E. That was the final one to prompt 3, and now we're on prompt 4. Do you have any special purpose bookmarks, or do you designate certain bookmarks for certain kinds of books? Well, like I say, since I like to use that 2 bookmark system for a book of short stories or a collection, I use a similar concept with this bookmark on those a lot of times, and I'll put this in the corner of the page, and I'll clip all the pages that are in one story. So I have, this part will be indicating where I left off, and this back part is the last, page in the story. So I use this one a lot for that purpose. Number 5, do you use anything unusual as a bookmark? That was another similar question that was in the other tag, and I have, and I still currently use all kinds of things as bookmarks, including cell phones, keys, whatever is handy. But now that's just on a temporary basis. I just do that, like, say, if someone rings the doorbell and I can't get my hands on a bookmark quite fast enough, I will, just kind of shove anything that's available in there that I don't think will damage the book, at least for a few minutes. So yeah, that's how I do that usually. But yeah, other than that, normally it's receipts, some little scrap of paper, a grocery list I don't need anymore, something that was in my pocket, a gum wrapper or something like that, if I don't happen to have a bookmark. Number 6, are there types of bookmarks that you don't like? And as an example, they said, a vegan person not wanting to use leather bookmarks. And I would say no, there's not really anything I've run into that, I just don't use for reasons such as that. I mean, there's some that I find, again, kind of more useful than others. Like some of these really big ones, I wouldn't put this into a smaller book. I mean, look at the size difference between that and, say, like something like this as far as width. I mean, it's quite a bit different. This one is just as wide, but it's way shorter. So this is good more for your mass market size paperback. So yeah, depending on the size, and this comes in handy for all of it. Let's see. Number 7, are there types of bookmarks you do not own but you would like to? Or types of bookmarks that you would like to have more of? Well, I've seen a couple of versions of this tag on different people's channels, and some of you have some really, really nice bookmarks. It's made me kind of jealous, and so it's made me kind of second guess some of the things that I use. It's like, it doesn't look very nice compared to theirs. So now I want to make some more of my diamond painting ones, the nice ones with the tassels and stuff like that. So I may need to get to that project, and you guys are the inspiration for it. So that's good. Number 8, if you read ebooks, are you happy or unhappy with how your e-reading device handles bookmarks? If unhappy, what would you wish to change? Well, I like the bookmark system on my tablet, which I use my Kindle app with, and then also the Kindle, which basically works the same way. I think there are some subtle differences, though. You just basically just touch the top, not quite in the corner, but not quite in the middle either. And that's when the bookmark comes down. It almost looks like a little ribbon. It's got little points at the end of it and stuff like that. And then when you touch it again, it just goes up and just removes the bookmark. Once you get used to the touch, it's fine. It has to go somewhere. So I guess, you just got to get that touch just right. Once you do, you're fine. Also, it will show you every page that you currently have bookmarked in the book. So, that's kind of nice too, because if you're annotating something for a particular reason, because you want to talk about it later on your channel or something, it's kind of nice to have those pages right there in front of you. So now there's an optional question. I guess that was already answered, though, because it talks about, are you happy or unhappy with the way that the audiobooks handle bookmarks? And I said that I was happy with that. So now, before I do the last prompt, I do have a 2-part bonus question. This is a type of bookmark that we didn't talk about in either one of the tags that both addressed bookmarks. I want to know what you call this type of a bookmark, this type here, what do you call it? I don't know that there's an official name for it. When I looked on the internet, all I could find was ribbon bookmark, ribbon marker, or bookmark ribbon. I think I've always called it a ribbon bookmark, although I don't know, should it be called something different? It is unique in the fact that it is part of the book itself, comes with the book, and it's sewn into the binding as far as what I can kind of tell. So that's interesting. And further information that I got about it, it says bookmarks made from ribbon are the earliest types that were mass produced, giving the user of the ribbon bookmark a sense of history. These bookmarks are made from a fabric of various widths and lengths that are longer than the spine of the book that it will be used with. So the next question I would have is ribbon bookmarks, yay or nay? Do you like them or do you not like them? Personally, I really like them. I think they're kind of classy. I like the historic aspect of them. I can say it's neat that it's a permanent part of the book. I think they're the only type of bookmark that's part of the book. I don't know if you can think of something else. Let me know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I will say one more thing about them too. There used to be, and I looked up to see if this was actually still available, but I remember people buying ribbons such as these that are in the books, but buying them separately, and they had tabs that were made from, generally leather or little plastic or maybe metal or something like that went into the little space between like the cover here, the spine cover, and then the binding itself. And you would stick that in there, and then you had the ribbons to mark your book. And those came with generally multiple ribbons. So I searched on Amazon and I found them. And it's called a ribbon bookmark kit. And they do have them that have like about 5 ribbons on them. Some have on the little leather thing that goes down into your spine. They have like biblical sayings and things like that. Because generally you do use them with the Bible or generally with thicker books. I think you get 3 of them for $8 or something like that. But I'll leave a link in the description to them. So you can just take a look and see what it is I'm talking about if you're not familiar with it, or if you can't remember that. It was kind of fun to see that. I haven't thought about those things in years and years. So anyway, as usual, the 9th and final prompt is to tag others. I would like to tag anyone who's watching this video, who would like to give this a go. It's really interesting to kind of look at your habits when it comes to bookmarks. So I found it to be kind of an enjoyable tag. Very interesting. I'm glad I took a little extra time this week with tags and did this one. So thank you. I thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please consider doing so. If you like my content, please give me a thumbs up. And again, if you would be so kind as to comment on some of the things that I have asked and talked about in this tag, I'd appreciate it. Take care and have a great day.